Hi everyone, welcome back to Bake Your Way Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a baba ganoush dress, dipping. It's very good. Baba ganoush has been a favorite of mine. You can dip it with bread, vegetables. It even goes well in cooking dishes. And anyways, this is just a classic recipe that I go to. It's one that that my family has grown up with, and one that I will share with you today. So I'll take you over what ingredients you'll need, and then we can get going. So the first thing is I've got a cookie sheet here, and I basically peeled a medium eggplant. If you have a large eggplant to use, I would recommend using a large. I only had a medium, but I mean, it's not critical, but I would say a larger one, excuse me, is better than a smaller one for this case. And I've simply put about a teaspoon or two of olive oil and mixed that in with some salt and pepper. Especially the salt, because one thing about salt is it really brings out the flavor I find in eggplant. The eggplant needs to absorb with that salt, so make sure you salt your eggplant well. You're going to need to preheat your oven to about 375 degrees, 190 degrees Celsius. And basically we're going to put this in for about 10 minutes, just till it softens and till it kind of roasts a bit. And so that's what you're going to need for that. And as this is preheating, I'll tell you about the other ingredients here. We have tahini. You'll need tahini. We have about a tablespoon or two of olive oil. We have about a quarter cup of black olives. I've got 4 cloves of garlic and a couple tablespoons of parsley. These are my spices. So I've got I've added a little bit of just regular salt again, a pinch of curry, a pinch of cumin, about a quarter teaspoon of chili powder, and that's that for that. And right here I've got about a quarter cup of lemon juice. And the lemon juice really helps bring out that flavor, so that's a very important component. So right now I'm going to place this in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then all we have to do is simply pour the eggplant in and add the rest of these ingredients, and it's done. It's a very simple, easy recipe. Again, it makes it a lot easier if you have everything out in front of you. And yeah, so I'm just going to put this in, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and we'll assemble it all together. So I've now taken the eggplant out of the oven, and it is just soft, and you can see it's developed a little bit of color. I'll lift that up so you can see. And in the meantime, while I was in the oven, I simply added the rest of the ingredients into the food processor. So now I'm just going to add the eggplant now. And it's very simple. You just take it. It's still very hot, so I'm going to need to use my oven mitts. I'm simply going to put this in. This is very good. You can't go wrong with this recipe. It's a real treat. The only part that's a pain is really peeling that eggplant and cubing it. That's kind of the longest part of this entire recipe, really, to be quite honest. Alright. As you can see, I'm making a mess everywhere. So, there we go. It's going everywhere. So now we're going to mix this until well combined. Now you may want, depending, to add a bit of, you may want to add a bit of oil. You may see it and say, oh, I want a bit more oil, or a bit. You can tailor it to your liking. You can even add spices. So here we have our baba ganoush that we made. I forgot to mention one thing regarding the olives. Make sure you remove the seeds in the inside. You can leave them in. I know people that leave them in intentionally. It really depends. Some people like to do that, but I don't. I like to remove the olive seeds, so make sure that you do that. And this is what it looks like, and you just keep it in the refrigerator until use. This is great with pita. It's great with everything. It's just delicious. You could even put this on like a pasta or whatever you want. The opportunities are endless, and how you can customize it is endless. You can really do it your way. Like, do it with whatever you've got on hand, whatever seasonings you think might work. Like, cumin, curry, turmeric, like whatever interests you or whatever you have on hand, use. Like each time I make this, it's always a little bit different because I just use what I've got. I really hope that you enjoy this recipe. I know I do. Anyway, I'll see you next time.